Alright guys, so this iPhone 6 currently is running iOS 10. I'm going to be upgrading to iOS 12.2. So yeah, man, I'm feeling a little nostalgic, man. I mean, look at the camera icon. Classic. You know, it doesn't look like that no more. iOS 10.2, and this is jailbroken, so I'm technically losing my jailbreak. I don't use this. I gave away my other iPhone 6 to my grandma, so this is her first smartphone, first iPhone. So yeah, I'm doing it for you guys. So I'm gonna upgrade to iOS 12.2. Alright guys, so I just finished installing iOS 12.2, and here it is. The 6 Plus is the same exact internals as the iPhone 6, the same A8 chip, the same 1 GB of RAM. So what exactly is new on iOS 12.2? Well, first things first, we do have the news application if I can find it. It should be here. Let me just type it in. So news. Alright, so you have the Apple News Plus, so you can subscribe to that. I'm not really too interested in it, but maybe it might be perfect for you. So you have the Apple News officially launched, and you can start up your free trial for a month. And then after that, it's going to be $10. So as you guys can see, you have Rolling Stones here. So this is going to save on paper, be a little bit more futuristic. So yeah, that's Apple News. Just been announced today and is available today. Keep on swiping up, thinking it's the iPhone 10. Let's take a look at the control center. We have some very minor changes. First things first, as you guys can see, the control center, the icon looks a little different for AirPlay. Okay, so yeah, you have this Apple TV toggle. Here's how you enable it. You just go into your settings. Let me go back. Go into your settings, go into your control center, customize controls, and you're going to see it right there, Apple TV remote. I actually do not have an Apple TV, so I cannot show you guys this functionality, but I can show you how it looks, but I can't actually use it because I don't have an Apple TV. And it looks sleek. It looked like an Apple TV remote. We also have some changes to Safari, so let's launch up Safari. So if I type in YouTube, you guys see those little arrows there? So you can like autofill in stuff. So you could type in that, and then you can add something else to it. So for example, YouTube, Simply, if I type in Simply, oh, my name is not there. Oh, there it is. If I type in my name, boom, you can add something else. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, very handy. So you can autofill, so Google Translate, and then you can type in Spanish to English, and then you could type in a word if you like. So you know, without actually tapping in to search it, it's gonna fill in automatically just like that. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Nice changes to Safari. Advertisers don't track what you're doing, so you know, more security, more privacy stuff added into Safari. You know, more security the better. If you visit an unencrypted website, it's going to tell you on the top. And now when you autofill your password and you go back, it's not going to keep on asking you to enter your password over and over. So yeah, so smart changes to Safari. You also have some amazing changes to screen time. So if you go into the downtime section, which is, you know, go into settings, screen time, downtime, you can actually customize the day. So Apple is allowing that. So instead of it being every day, you can customize the day. So you have different time frames, different days. Now next up, Siri gotten a little bit smarter, so you can now ask Siri to play a show, a video, a movie, a sports game, or even a channel on Apple TV. I forgot my Siri don't even work. You know, the iPhone 6 had a lot of problems. First the bending, then we got something wrong with the mic. This thing can't hear me, but people can hear my phone calls though. Well, you know what I mean. If I answer the phone call, they can hear me. But when I use Siri, Siri just doesn't work for me. Now you have some changes to the wallet application. Don't forget you can use Apple Pay on your iPhone 6. It does have the NFC chip, so it doesn't have to be the iPhone 10 or iPhone 8. So now you can have Apple Pay Cash. You can transfer money to their banks instantly with their Visa card. The wallet app can now conveniently display the transactions right below the card. Now, of course, you're going to have AirPods 2 support. You cannot use AirPower with this because it doesn't support wireless charging. But for the most part, that's iOS 12.2 in a nutshell in terms of features. Of course, you have some bug fixes, so everything's a little bit more refined. Of course, maybe the performance may be increased compared to iOS 12.1. Almost got tongue-tied. So now, you know, the Apple fixed the glitch where if you say hyphen, oh, I forgot my mic doesn't work. Yeah. there was a glitch or there was a bug where if you say hyphen 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 using the dictation on the keyboard, it will crash your entire device. But yeah, that's basically it. Let's test out the performance. Let's see if it's faster. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to show you guys. If you go into your settings, you go into your general, you go into your about, the about section is completely brand new. So you have the name of the device, you have the software version, you have the model number, the serial number, you know, all your specifications right now to the top. Alright, so this is how much space I had available on iOS 10.2. I'm coming from iOS 10. And then this is how much I gained back. So yeah, so damn, a lot of 5 gigabytes. I'm sorry for my language, but 5 gigabytes. That's a big difference. So you will save some space if you update. So it's gonna delete the caches. It's gonna, it's gonna make your device feel like new again in a sense. But we're gonna put that to the test by doing a speed test. Now, I want to make this test as realistic as possible. I have my device filled up. So this was my old iPhone from back in the days, 2014. So I have a bunch of apps, bunch of photos, bunch of pictures. So, everything is pretty much almost filled up. So I can show you guys the storage. Okay, I'm using 44.1 gigabytes. Let's start off with the messages. I'm actually going to blur this. There's a lot of personal information. Okay, load it up. Okay, calendar, 3, 2, 1. Okay, damn, that was pretty fast. I ain't gonna lie. It's not showing the right day though. Okay, we have the photos, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the camera, 3, 2, 1. Okay, gotta say, iPhone 6 really holding up, man, and I respect Apple for supporting this to this day. The weather, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the weather's taking some time. But it'll load. The clock. Okay, the clock is ready to go. Alright, the maps. Okay. You can actually see the temperature of that area and the air quality. Okay, Google Maps. Okay. Alright, it took a while, but it loaded up. Let's launch up the notes. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Alright, showing me the new features. That's cool. Alright, calculator. Ready to go. So yeah, it's not the fastest in the world, but it'll get the job done. And it's cool to see Apple still supporting this. iTunes is taking a bit of time. This thing keep on falling back. Settings, we was just there. So, okay. Loads right up. There we go. Alright, so now let's test out the third-party applications. So let's launch up Instagram. This one's kind of hot too. It's been through a lot already. So Instagram is taking some time. Okay, I'm not even logged in. Alright, but Instagram took some time. It definitely did. The App Store, let's see. Okay, ready to go. It's hanging in there. Snapchat. Okay, it's kind of slow. Apple Music. There were some new changes to Apple Music, but it was only one change. Something with the browse. I don't know. Twitter. Okay. Kind of slow. But it's hanging in there though. If you guys want to see a comparison, just go back to my iOS 12.1 video. And last but not least, let's test out YouTube. Yeah, my iPhone 10 would have loaded this up faster. But then again, this came out in 2014. Professor goes to prison, loses 1v1. What? I gotta see this. And yeah, that's basically the speed test. Kind of slow. It's sad to see the iPhone 6 so slow because I remember this thing first came out. It was zipping through the apps. I would still say iOS 12.1 was a bit faster, if not maybe the same. But then again, I did that test on a clean iPhone 6. This is a pretty heavy loaded iPhone 6. So it is kind of slow. Some apps are fast, but the third-party applications launch up pretty slow. By the way, guys, I have a D-brand skin on this thing, so Not sponsored, but it just looks so sleek, so beautiful. Had this thing on since 2016, 2017, when the iPhone 7 was out. When they came out with the product red, I always had this thing on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have the latest version of Geekbench 4, so let's open it up. I'm gonna say launch and open at the same time. The last time I did an update was 2017. This is when I was testing out the iPhone 10 versus the 6. So as you guys can see, the single core score 1591 and a multi-core score 2683. And that was running iOS 10.2. So it can either go up or it can go down. Let's see and let's find out right now. And alrighty guys, there you have it. So iOS 12.2, the single core score 1582 and multi-core score 2742. And that's compared to the iOS 10.2. So you guys can see the difference. So as you guys can see, iOS 12.2 is actually has a higher single core score than iOS 12.2, and the multi-core score is actually higher on iOS 12 compared to iOS 10. The single core score is more important because it's the apps that you launch every single day. That's just the single core. That's just the least power. The multi-core score is more of like gaming, editing, the intensive stuff. So it just depends. I mean, iOS 10 was higher in terms of single, but it was lower compared to the multi-core score. So you guys can see right there. So overall, in a nutshell, is iOS 12.2 worth the upgrade if you have an iPhone 6? I would say yes and no. The only reason why I'm not really too sure is because I'm coming from the smaller iPhone 6. I gave that one to my grandmother, like I said. But the best thing to do if your iPhone 6 is running slow, delete any apps that you know you're not using, delete any photos, or delete anything. You don't want to be too close to that capacity limit on your device. I mean, launching up apps is fast, but in terms of the loading speeds, it's kind of slow. I mean, we launched up Instagram, and it took forever. Look how long it's taken. It just depends on what you want. Do you really want that Apple News subscription? Do you really want that Apple TV support, like with the Siri and the control center button here? It's still fluid. It just takes some time to load up. Alright guys, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a simple day. Peace.